I am here. My breath is welcome. As we begin, let's take a slow, intentional, deep breath and breathe at your own pace. And as you breathe, remind yourself this is not a meeting. This is a spiral. We are not here to learn. We are here to remember. In this moment of shared breath, I invite you to join me in spiraling with two of the following themes. And we're going to take one of them at a time. When observing what is happening in our world right now, how do these events make you feel? And just mentally make a mental note of your feelings, your thoughts, and the images or any emotional reactions that come. And I'll just give you a moment to sit with that. But the question again is when observing what is happening in our world right now, how do these events make you feel? And the second theme, when you observe your own life, think about the times when events or situations are not going the way you planned, or the way you have judged the way they should go. You may even think of people in your own life. You may think about their behavior, or the way they treat you, or the way that you think they should treat you. And as you breathe with this, again, make a mental note of your feelings, your thoughts, any images or any emotional reactions that come to mind as you breathe with this. Again, observe your own life. Think about the times when events or situations are not going the way you planned or the way you have judged the way they should go. You may even think of people in your life. You may think about their behavior or the way they've treated you or the way you think they should treat you. What comes up for you in this situation? And I will pause once again as you breathe with that. And in your next breath, ask yourself, in these two situations I invited you to breathe with, were any of your feelings, thoughts, images, or emotions, Were the reactions similar in these two situations? And if they were, if any of them were, I invite you to breathe with the similarities for a moment. And before I guide us into stillness with these two themes, I'd like to give you an opportunity to share anything that is stirring for you. So, if you're listening to the recording of this, you just missed the opportunity to have a wonderful conversation with the group that joined us this evening. And so now I invite all of us to take another deep breath, slow and intentional breath. And as always, breathe at your own pace. And as you're breathing, I invite you to quietly repeat the following words on the inhale and the exhale of each breath. And we're going to do it 3 times, and you do it your own pace. So whether you do it with me or you do it, there's no right or wrong. You just breathe these words. And if they don't resonate, these words don't resonate for you, you can use other words. But here we go. We're going to do it 3 times. On the inhale, I breathe. On our exhale, I trust. On the inhale, I allow. And on the exhale, stillness breathes with me. I breathe. I trust. I allow. And stillness breathes with me. I breathe. I trust. I allow. Stillness breathes with me. And for those joining us on Zoom, I'm going to pause once again to see if there's anything stirring for anyone in case they'd like to share. We've come to the end of our hour. And if you're on the recording, it may be a little shorter than an hour, but I invite you all to join us next week. And maybe during this time when I've paused, you've taken a moment to reflect yourself, even though you couldn't be with us live with the group. And so we're just going to close with the breath and breathing together. So take another big, full, deep, slow, intentional breath. Expand the chest, the lungs, stomach. And as you exhale, say silently to yourself, the spiral remembers. The spiral remembers. And with your eyes closed and as you're still breathing, you may not know all of the words. They may not all make sense to you, and that's okay because they're planting a seed. And in time, they may spark a memory. And in time, they may make sense. So we're not here to get the words, to understand the vocabulary. We are here to simply breathe and breathe together because it's the breath that unites all of us. I'm grateful we could all breathe together this evening. And I'll remain on a few minutes after in case anyone wants to continue the conversation. And if you're interested in working together, feel free to let me know. May our spio remain open and our breath lines clear. And whether you have joined us on Zoom or listen to the recording, thank you for joining us. And remember, we are all remembered. We are all loved. And we all belong. Hugs to all of you.